I am Amy Rose. I'm the legal director for the ACLU of Nevada, and my job is to be in charge of all things legal here.
My name is Todd Story. I'm the executive director at the ACLU of Nevada. 50 years in Nevada, the ACLU has been standing up for the rights and liberties of Nevadans across the state.
We fight every single day to ensure that our civil rights and civil liberties are protected.
The work that we do involves both the U.S. Constitution and the Nevada Constitution.
One of the things I think we've worked on that's uniquely Nevada is working for the rights of the performers on Fremont Street. The people who are performing and entertaining, whether it's someone dressed as a showgirl or someone playing the guitar, is able to be out there and entertain all of the visitors who come to Fremont Street.
Well, after hours and hours of public input, the Clark County School Board voted last night not to ask state lawmakers to change the state law regarding sex education.
Nevada has one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the country. And so we have been working feverishly to bring all of the various counties in Nevada into the modern age when it comes to medical issues and dealing with sex education. The missing component of that survey was the student body itself. And the option that we came up with was to sponsor a scholarship essay contest.
My name is Samantha Gingrich, and I identified a plethora of problems in the Clark County sex education program. And I was lucky enough to actually submit an essay, and I was fortunate enough to win the scholarship. I was extremely excited that someone was asking the students what Clark County was doing wrong regarding sex education, because I've gone to the sex education meetings and they don't ask the students anything.
Clark County was practicing some very old techniques in their teaching of sex education.
I know the Clark County School District likes to pretend that kids aren't having sex, but they are. So if we're going to recognize that kids are going to have sex, we should probably protect all of the students, not just the students who are having penis and vagina sex.
It doesn't say heterosexual education, it says sex education. So that should mean every child and every student in the school district.
I would love for them to listen to us and to implement a curriculum that will actually work for all of us, not just the vocal minority.
I am Lorelai Newberry. I fought against the Clark County School District because they were saying that blue hair color had become a distraction, but had shown no evidence of it. I read the whole district policy, and there was nothing really about it except for the hair picks. Nothing else about hair was in there. No hair color, no nothing. I showed it to my mom and stepdad, and they said that's not okay. And then my stepdad came up to me and talked to me about the ACLU and about change.org and that I could start a petition. I was like, yeah, I really do want to do that. I don't want to take away my blue hair. It's my right. Why do they have the power to take away my right outside of school? I was very thankful of the ACLU because they had backed me up throughout the whole process, and they believed in me. We actually did win. They sent home a letter saying that we could keep our unnaturally colored hair, so I felt pretty happy about that.
My name is Astrid Silva. I'm the organizing director at the Progressive Leadership Alliance of Nevada, and I fight for undocumented families like my own. I came to the United States when I was 4 years old from Durango, Mexico, and from there, our immigration story in the United States began. My mom now tells me how nervous she was about making that journey. I'll always remember that, I had black patent leather shoes on, and I was afraid to get in trouble because there was mud on them from the riverbank. I started in public school when I was 5. I had grown up making, turkey hands, and I had grown up celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and, I had all of these American traditions, and then all of a sudden they're telling me, well, no, you're not American because you don't have a Social Security number. In April of 2009, I had the opportunity to meet Senator Reid, and that was the first time that I heard somebody in person talking about undocumented students, and that was the first time that Dreamers was a word that I associated with, and I started participating. And actually a few months later, we got a call that my grandmother, that she was really sick. If my dad decided to go, he'd probably be stuck outside the United States for the rest of our lives. Just seeing our family have to make that decision of just basically watching her pass away, that filled me with anger. It wasn't fair. This was my grandma. I know that the opportunities that I've been given here, going to college, of finishing my degree, they were all possible because of the sacrifice that my parents made. But I think that what they did gave me the life that I have now. And I think if it was for them, I would tell them to not come because of the pain and the rejection that they faced here. But they gave me everything I have now.
Part of what makes America exceptional is that we welcome exceptional people like Astrid.
We were told in November of 2014 that President Obama would finally be making his announcement on administrative relief, and that, it would stop my parents' deportation. It would make it so that they were able to stay here with me. And when they told me that I would be the one announcing him and that I would be the one welcoming him to Las Vegas, just to think about it, the President of the United States and this 4-year-old kid who didn't speak English and who was now going to be sharing a stage with him, it was beyond words.
Today marks the first time undocumented immigrants have the right to drive.
Through years of work, ACLU, PLAN, Nevada Immigrant Coalition members, we finally, in 2013, had the possibility of unauthorized immigrants having these driver's permits. And it was one of the most strenuous battles that we've had because so many people were opposed to it. They saw it as giving undocumented people a right that they shouldn't have, when in reality, it was about public safety. And ACLU was able to see that it wasn't going to be easy, but that there were many things that could be done to not only protect people and protect them from being turned over to immigration.
My name is Ruby Duncan. I am an advocate for equal rights, civil rights for all humankind.
Ruby Duncan is a living legend. She found her voice in the 60s and the 70s when she started standing up for mothers and children, when she had a job on the Las Vegas Strip and was not getting the benefits that she needed to be able to provide for her family or to be able to take care of her family when she was injured on the job.
Hunger will make you brave and push you out there to make sure you fight for yourself and your family. So much of the 1960s welfare system was literally racist. We wanted to send a message to the Nevada state legislators that they had to treat their citizen fairly.
And she never stopped fighting. She is fighting to this day, and she's the lead plaintiff on the ACLU's voucher lawsuit. It's Duncan v. Nevada, and we are proud to have her named as that lead plaintiff because her fight continues in that particular case to say no to the government. You do not get to funnel taxpayer money to religious purposes that will harm our school children.
If the religious groups want to have a private school, they should themselves do their own funding. Don't take taxpayers' dollars.
What's really important about the work that we do is that without us, a lot of people would be voiceless and would be hopeless and have nowhere else to turn.
I'm thankful for the ACLU because they act as a megaphone for the people who don't often get a microphone to share their voice.
From all this, I learned that I can make a difference if I wanted to. I can have big organizations like the ACLU back me up.
So much of the services that ACLU provides to our immigrant community are so vital. You know, without their legal help, like, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
I am grateful that I could be the one asking questions, and the ACLU stepped in and ran with the whole problem legally. That's something that I could not do.
And that's why the ACLU exists, is to help people find their own voices, to stand up for themselves, to say, I demand recognition of my rights, and the government must recognize those rights under the Constitution that governs all of us.